By the end of today's episode, you'll know exactly how to write a submissions note that grabs a casting director or filmmaker's attention and makes them want to invite you to submit a self-tape. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today I'll be covering how to write a submissions note that actually gets read, the key elements that make casting directors take a second look, and how to seem confident without sounding desperate. So, step one is to hook them with emotion. Casting directors and filmmakers are often skimming hundreds of submissions. So your first sentence needs to capture them by making them instantly feel some sort of emotion. Okay, so some examples of opening lines. One, you could use excitement, right? I would absolutely love the opportunity to audition for the role of X. You could capitalize the word love. Or you could focus on laughter, especially if it's for a comedy film and you're a funny person, right? So something like a film about X. I've been waiting for this my entire life. Or I've been waiting for this moment since before I could walk, right? Just something kind of ridiculous like that makes a person go like, what? What is this? And they kind of like smile to themselves, right? Or sadness. Some stories just stay with you. And this really feels like one of them, right? So what you're doing there is kind of starting your first sentence, putting someone into the mood of their film. If their film seems like it would be a sad one, just kind of like, oh, what is this about? I want to keep reading, right? So you want your first sentence to get the person to feel some sort of emotion so that they continue and read the rest. Step two, or let's say sentence two in your submissions note, should be why you're a perfect fit. Okay, so what you should ideally try to do is connect your experience to the role. So for instance, I have extensive experience with SFX makeup, fake blood, and physically demanding performances. Or I just played a deeply tormented character in a festival-bound short. This role feels like a natural next step. You want to keep this part, the sentence again, short, but be super specific and relevant to the project, okay? So you can do all kinds of different things that show how you're connected to it, whether it's something that happened in your past or type of training that you do or a special skill that you have, basically just showing them why this role is perfect for you so that it's believable to them and you stand out. Optionally, you can include a third sentence, which would be sentence number 3, offering more than just your acting, okay? And what I mean by offering more than just your acting is, are there any other skill sets that you have that could be beneficial to the production? Now, this primarily is focused on independent productions because major projects that are union bound or union oriented, they tend to already supply most of the other things that you might be able to offer to a production. But for indie projects or even student projects, they often need a little bit of extra help. And so showing that you can contribute beyond just your acting can make you an even stronger asset to the production, right? So if you have some additional skills, you can mention them in this third sentence. So for instance, I also have a background in carpentry. I'm happy to help with set construction if I'm booked. Or I'm skilled in social media marketing and would love to help promote the film. And that's pretty much it. Submissions note, you want to keep it short and simple. So either 2 or 3 very simple short sentences that ideally are trying to get them to notice your submissions note and pay extra attention to your profile. You don't want to waste space being like, hi, my name is so-and-so and I would love to be considered, right? That's like kind of generic. Or, hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm based in New York City. Please consider me, right? Like stuff like that is not really helpful. Remember, a great submissions note is not only short, right? You don't want it to be too long because they're never going to read it, but it's super specific. It's not saying like, oh, this film caught my attention because when I was younger, something similar happened. Okay, like I don't trust that. It would be better if you wrote, this film really caught my attention because when I was younger, my father actually walked out on us, and I deeply relate and understand what the character is going through, right? Now that's more specific. You're actually showing that something happened rather than just generically saying something similar happened in my life, which the person could be like, okay, I don't believe you, or you're just writing that, like prove it, right? Being specific and then offering something that's even more value than just your acting can really help you stand out. In fact, the additional value being offered in that third sentence is one of the reasons that I actually booked an actor for the lead role. I was not even considering the actor at first because he was slightly older than what I originally had in mind for the character. Yet when he told me that he could produce and help me find locations for the film and help me get other actors and crew together, and he wouldn't charge me, he would just ask for a percentage on the back end if the film was commercially picked up, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll, as long as you're a good actor, like, let me see your acting ability. And I offered him the lead role because of it, right? So sometimes those additional skills that you can offer are actually really, really valuable. Okay, so you want to hook them with emotion in the first line, connect your skills to the role or your unique background to the role, and then offer something extra if you can. That's kind of a winning formula for a submissions note. Well, thanks for listening. Now, before I wrap, I just want to read a recent review that I got for the podcast. Martin Benson is the best kind of coach. He teaches actors how to coach themselves in all aspects of an acting career. Time spent listening to Martin is a worthwhile investment. Thanks so much, username Peony4440. I really appreciate that nice review. And it is true, I want you to walk away from these podcasts like with the skills to be able to kind of run your career without needing to constantly pay someone. Obviously, we could work together. Like if you're interested in me working with you consistently over 6 months to help you get your career like really going, happy to do that. You just visit my website at martinbenson.com. But I also teach things and hope that I give you tactics and step-by-step instructions that are specific enough that you can kind of use them on your own and you can begin to sort of coach yourself and keep yourself on track, both in the business side of acting and in the technique side of acting. Okay? So if you've been enjoying the show, I actually am currently offering something special, right? So for a limited time, I'm offering actors completely free access to my Kickstart Your Acting Career course. It normally sells for $77. All you have to do is post an honest, detailed review for the podcast on Apple Podcasts, and then just shoot me an email with the review that you wrote, and I'll check it out. Maybe I'll even read it aloud in a future episode. And so just email me at martin@cityheadshots.com with the review, and as a thanks, I'll give you access to the course for free. If for any reason you haven't found this show to be enjoyable, just let me know about that too. I would really love to know how I can improve it. I do take what you say into consideration. Reviews really do help the show grow. The more that we get, the more easily other actors will find the show as well. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.